Question I was asked was, what could I recommend were some books on good residential architecture that would get someone to understand more about the profession and what somebody might be thinking about as we think about designing our houses. So I've got a number of books here that I happen to like of other architects that I think their work is excellent. One is Gil Schaefer, and this is a book that he has out, and I think he's working on a second book as well. Great architect, really a good understanding of historic precedent and scale, highly recommended. Another great one, one of my favorites, and I happen to live in a Royal Barry Wills house, 1936 edition, is a book on Royal Barry Wills, famous New England architect. Another book for anyone that's classically inspired is obviously the series of books by Robert Stern. This is another one of his particular books that really cover a wide view of architecture in the New England idiom, among others. Classically inspired turn-of-the-century architecture, McKim, Mead, and White, another great example of wonderful architecture that so many of the traditional architects today reference in terms of their new work. This is clearly an excellent place to start. And another Southern American architect that I happen to like is a book by Bobby McAlpine, The Home Within Us. This is another good example of residential, humanly scaled houses that I think are terrific. And in terms of broad brush, this is a great primer, a field guide to the American house, which really explains a lot about materials, scale, definitions, and a good understanding of what makes architecture versus building. So that's more than a good start, I think, for anyone in their library and collection of other architects that I admire, and I'd highly recommend running out to Amazon and getting them for your house. Thanks for the questions.